Mr. Speaker, to discuss our proposal, I yield 3 minutes to the gentleman from New York, the distinguished ranking member of the Foreign Affairs Committee, Mr. Meeks.
The gentleman is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. McGovern. I want to thank you for your continuing leadership on the Rules Committee. I want to thank you for your leadership in the People's House. And I want to thank you for always putting the working American first. I heard my colleague said he's proud of the tariffs. Well, we need to do one thing. Let's vote on it. Let's vote. That's how you'll see where we are. Vote on it. Let it go on the floor. Let's review the tape from the past year. President Trump has declared bogus international emergencies as a pretext to tax imports from Canada, Mexico, and then the whole world, passing these costs right to the hard-working American people. And that's because he wanted to protect his friend, as Mr. McGovern said, former President Bolsonaro. He then announced another pseudo-emergency to impose yet more tariffs on Brazil. The law that Donald Trump is using for tariffs on everyday consumer goods was in fact meant to respond to actual global emergencies, not personal vendettas. And that's why Congress reserved power under the law to author privileged resolutions to end any fake emergencies used to grab Congress's power to tax. So I asked my colleague from New York, let's vote on it. Why block a vote on the floor to see where members of the House stand? Just as multiple courts have now found, Trump's tariffs are illegal. The House is also acting in contravention of the spirit of the law by avoiding votes instead of having votes, like to vote on my privileged resolutions to end these unjustified tariffs that harm Americans. We can vote on it. Speaker Johnson is doing this literally by declaring again that a day is not a day for the purposes of the international emergency law. A day is not a day. Well, he's just doing what the other speaker, the guy who's the president, but he's acting as speaker, doing what he's told. This game playing is not the norm. You know, actually, just across the Capitol, the Republican Senate, they are taking votes on similar resolutions that have been offered. The Senate voted in a bipartisan way to end the Canada emergency. But Speaker Johnson, he's refusing to allow that to happen. The House should have a say. Even last Congress, the Republican majority had votes on privileged resolutions under the emergency law. I can understand why some of my colleagues across the aisle might wish to avoid such a vote. They don't want to see raising taxes and increasing costs on everyday families in this country, but their inaction is doing just that, letting Donald Trump's fake emergencies and tariffs continue unchecked. So let me propose a solution. Do your job. The American people elected us to take those tough votes. It's our time. The cameras of history are rolling, and what they are going to see is the Republican majority shying away from the spotlight.
The gentleman's time has expired.
Vote no on this rule.